Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, la-la-la. Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, la-la-la.
Elsa's Bob. How can he do something like this? And why the hell I behaved like that? Whatever it was, I shouldn't have let my hormones take over me. What if he wouldn't have stopped? I'm sure we would have already done the deeds. God! Tapping my cheeks lightly, I kept thinking about all those passionate moments. It's already morning now, and here I am, awake since 4 a.m., but this devil is still sleeping while putting his heavy muscular arm around me. My back is pressed against his hard chest, and I can even feel his chest moving up and down. I was trying to get out from his hold when suddenly I felt his legs moving over mine and his hold tightening around my waist with his face in the crook of my neck. Morning, Bunny. My breath hicced when he whispered in my ears in his husky morning voice, and hell, his morning voice is deep. Get a grip on yourself, Elsa. Move away from me, I wanna go. I tried to tell him, but he cut me off in the middle and pressed me on the bed while hovering over me. You're not going anywhere without paying for it, he said with a smirk on his face while my mouth hung open at his demand. Wow, now I have to pay him for going anywhere. Are you mad? I don't have any money to pay you now, I told him, irritated, while trying to push him away from me. For a second, I saw confusion floating in his eyes, then something strange taking over it, which I cannot pin out. If you don't have money, Bunny, then you can pay it with something else too, he said seriously, but my whole concentration was on his muscular, hairy chest, where a red mole was standing proudly with a big cut mark on its left side. He must have gone through so much just to make himself strong enough to be a mafia king. I know what kind of task they asked to do. My heart pained just by thinking about all those struggles he must have went through. I looked up in his eyes and found him already looking at me with mischievous gaze. How can I pay you? I asked him softly, while looking directly in his eyes. He didn't say anything for a minute, but his eyes turned soft, and we kept looking at each other. At that time, I can clearly say he was able to hear my heartbeat, not because of my heart was thumping loudly, it was because we both were surrounded by a comfortable silence. He opened his mouth and was about to say something when we heard the shameless sound of my empty stomach. Heat rose to my cheeks, and all those sympathy went away and got replaced with the embarrassment. He smirked and moved away from me. I was quickly got up and directly ran into the bathroom. After cursing my stomach to my heart content, I finally decided to take a relaxing shower. Everything was fine until I realized that I haven't brought my clothes with me. Leaving a frustrated sigh, I wore the bathrobe and peeked inside the room. I saw a food trolley near the couch, but didn't find him anywhere in the room. Happily, I entered in the room, but just after taking 2 steps, I found his figure in the balcony as he continued talking on the phone. Taking the opportunity, I quickly went in the closet and took out the dress, which was kept for me. I quickly wore the garments and the dress. It was simply plain black dress with full sleeves, which reached just below my knees. It was a silt on the left leg from the thighs till the knees. After wearing the dress, I went out of the closet and heard the sound of showering. Taking my own time, I combed my hairs and applied a little makeup. I was done, but he didn't come out. I was dying to eat, but I decided to wait for him. In the meantime, I decided to check my phone and see lots of messages from my friends. I decided to talk to them later because it will take a lot of time to tell them the story. Soon the bathroom door opened and came out the man only in the bathroom. Water was dripping from his silky jet black hairs, and he was looking like a I don't know. I looked up at his face and found him smirking at me. I looked away from him and started looking at the food which was present for us. Why haven't you started yet? He asked me while sitting beside me, still in his robe. Oh, I was waiting for you, I told him casually while looking at the food and putting a strawberry in my mouth. Suddenly, he pulled me close to him while dragging me from the waist and made me look at him while holding my jaw in a soft grip. Never wait for me from now on. Eat your food on time. Starting from now on, I don't want you to starving yourself for all those bullshit. Am I clear? He said each and everything in a very serious tone while looking directly in my eyes. Okay, I said meekly while nodding my head. Once satisfied with my reaction, he left my face and took my plate in his hand and started serving food in it. He should have taken his own plate. I have to add this, but didn't say anything. I was about to take another plate, but before I could have done something like this, he put my previous plate in my hand with lots of food in it. Finish each and everything in the plate, he said without looking at me, and kept making another plate for himself. I literally awed at him for this, but all this ooh, but all this went out from the window when I see the amount of food present in my plate. Wow, wow. Don't you know, normal people doesn't eat this much? I told him while chuckling. I was about to reduce some amount when he held my wrist and showed me his sharp stern eyes. Does he think of me a kid or what? Look, finish everything, Elsa. I won't repeat myself again, he whispered in a very stern voice, due to which a shiver ran down my spine. Nodding my head silently, I started eating my food. I was eating peacefully when I felt him placing his big callous hand on my knee, left thighs, which was naked due to the silt of the dress. I stopped eating and looked at him, who was eating ever so peacefully, like he is not doing anything at all. I kept my hand above his and tried to move it away from my thighs, but he only tightened his hold, but not enough to hurt me. Even after giving few more attempts to it, I also gave up when I didn't see any effect on him. Soon we finished our breakfast in the comfortable silence with him, showing me his stern eyes after every few minutes for finishing my food. After this, he also get ready and we check out from the suite after getting the assurance of getting our wedding dress and other important stuff delivered at the home. After reaching at home, the first thing you will do to show me your all medical reports, he suddenly said, causing me to snap my head toward him. Why? I asked him dreadfully, only to get silence in the answer.